Hey guys, Aunt Diane here. I had a couple of meltdowns lately where I literally acted like a Karen, and I just gotta get it off my chest. Maybe you've been in this situation. I know it's silly, but I love lemon twist hummus by Sabra brand. It's the only one I can eat. I absolutely hate cumin. It makes it taste nasty and bleh. And I've tried plenty, and I've tried the lemon from the Boar's Head brand and some other brand. They both have that nasty ingredient, and I just don't like them. I'm in the minority because other people do. So Publix by me always sold them, and they recently had gotten a new deli manager, and they stopped carrying it. So I kept asking at the deli, and they would give me all sorts of excuses. Maybe that flavor was discontinued. No, it's not. I checked. Another Walmart that's about 6 miles from me does have it, but the traffic there is very, very scary. When there's one just over a mile up the road, why should I go the other one? So I said to the guy in the deli, I said, look, when your new deli manager started is when this you stopped carrying it. Maybe it's and then he said it again. Maybe it's discontinued. I said, no, it's not, because why would it be available at the other stores with an expiration date of, a date that goes ahead? I said, that's bull. So I saw the main store manager another time. Now, this has been going on over a month, if not 2 months. So I went to the main store manager because everybody I saw said, no, I'm not the manager, I'm just the assistant, whatever. Finally, I explained the whole thing to him. I have a problem with cumin. It messes up my stomach and it's disgusting. And the Sabra lemon twist is the only one that does not have it. I mean, I love the stuff. I eat it with a spoon, just by itself. So I explained the whole thing to him. And he says, let me look in our, what do you call it, when we order. He said, no, it's not even on the order list. I said, yeah, because your new deli manager took it off. I said, I'm no expert, but I know these things. So he puts it back on. He goes, give it about a week or two. They've had it ever since then. And I made sure to thank the guy. I went up to him, I said, thank you. And it was a buy one, get one free week. So I had two of them. I held them up. I said, thank you. Oh, good, you got your hummus. I said, yes. I've recently had a couple meltdowns. Today I had a meltdown because I was scheduled to be in like an online bulletin board survey. And they said anybody who's late for the survey will not be allowed to come in. I went a half hour early trying to get it in. And it was, it had to be done on a computer. It couldn't be done on a laptop. So I go in the computer, I go in my email, and there's no link. It's just a bunch of gobbledygook letters. So it says if the link doesn't work, just type it, copy and paste it in your search bar, whatever. So I did that. It wouldn't copy. I had to type every single letter, and it kept saying, we don't know what you're talking about, or we don't have it, whatever. I double-checked, made sure every little dot and slash and at sign and everything was perfect. Still said, no, it doesn't work. Meanwhile, I'm emailing the people and calling the people that recruited me. I said, "Damn, I missed the early bird. You're getting a drawing for $50 if you make it for the early bird." I missed the early bird. I not only missed the early bird, I missed the survey. So I went around panicking. I was like almost crying. I was shaking so badly. I was just so angry. I said, "I'm locked out of a survey through no fault of my own." And I didn't think it was fair that it's not something of my doing. It's not something that's my fault. Finally, 15 minutes after the survey started, when they won't let anybody else in, a guy calls me back. No, he doesn't call me back. He emails me back because I'd sent him like 5 emails. So after all that, he's going to send me $50 for my trouble. I said, okay. And it takes a long time to get the $50, but that's okay. It'll pay for my trash pickup bill, I guess, or part of it. Okay, I just want to let you know, there are times where it's okay to be a Karen if you're not just pointing at somebody for being out in public for, just being there. That's not right. When people are prejudiced and they say, oh, there's an African American stance, so what? They're people. You don't get to decide who goes and who doesn't, because there's just as many white people. I look in the arrest pages, the whatever it's called, the jail pages, and it shows mugshots. There's just as many white people in those pictures as black. So it's not a color thing, okay? If someone's bothering me and it's personally bothering me, I will speak up, but in a nice way. But a Karen is a lot different. You don't look like you belong in this neighborhood. This is a high class neighborhood and you don't look like you belong here. That's horrible, and I would never do that. And I'm not in a high class neighborhood anyway. The point is, what I did, I felt like a Karen while I was doing it, but I'm really not. I had legitimate complaints, and I didn't lose my shit in the store. I just wanted to vent to you. I have a couple surveys. See, I got that in my head. I have a couple videos I'm working on that I'll be putting up soon. It's just, I feel good now that I, unleashed it. See you soon. Bye-bye. Love you.